Hello. So, how are you all? Fine. So, today let's continue with continuous mass distribution in case of a circular ring and semicircular ring. Circular ring, uniform mass distribution if it is of, then absolutely at the center of the circle, the center of mass lies. And now, if it is of semicircular ring, right, where the center of mass lies. So, this is what we are going to see in this video, right? So, now we know that linear density is mass per unit length, and here when you talk about circular semicircular ring, we feel as though it is like the one which is spread into xy plane. No, it is not like two dimensional, but it is something like that. Whatever the rod that you have seen already, if it is bent like this, then this forms a semicircle, isn't it? So it is almost something like the rod only. But the only thing here is the mass distribution is not along x-axis, like as how you have seen it, like axis of the rod being like parallel or collinear with the x-axis, right? It is not like that, right? So now if it is a circular ring, here it lies. Now we know pretty well that the mass lies, center of mass lies on the line which is passing through the center of the circle, right? Center of the circle, somewhere here the center of mass lies, because the mass is distributed like this. The mass is distributed like this, because for the rod though you have said like it lies exactly at this point. But can we say that this is like the mass is equally distributed here on either side of this? No. Like that means on this line anywhere, right? On this line anywhere. Now that means now we are not bothered about like x, but along y. That means it is, we know the like the x coordinate value. That means it is exactly at a distance of r from one end of, or like from the tangent of the circle, right? So this is fixed, this we know. But now the point here is that we know that the center of mass lies on the line joining the one which is passing, or the line which is passing through the center, right? So thus here somewhere the center of mass lies. So as usual, let us imagine a mass dm, right? So let us imagine that this mass dm, like it is at a distance of y1, one boundary, and the other is y2, and y2 minus y1 will be dy, because along y we are talking now. So like this is dy. So it is something like the like length of this is dy, and the small m is dm. So therefore dm is equal to lambda dy. Therefore dm is equal to lambda dy from the definition of linear density. Mass is equal to L into lambda. Here the small element of the mass dm, which is equal to small element of the length dy into lambda. Right, now when you talk about this one, so this boundary, that means y1, and this is making an angle of theta 1 if we suppose, and the other is making an angle of theta 2, like you can imagine it to be like this, right? So here, now this is theta 1 and this can be theta 2. Now this is what the angle made by this element, Alright, so that is d theta. Right? So therefore now here, what is this length? R. Right? So what is the arc of the length? R d theta, is it not? So now what is the length of this one? This is the length of the arc made by this, making an angle of d theta at the center of the circle, right? So therefore from the concept you have dy is equal to r d theta. Now substituting dy here, you will get dm is equal to lambda r d theta. right? So lambda r d theta. So that is what we are going to substitute now. Like as we know that YCM is equal to integral y dm by m, or in place of dm it is lambda dy, where in place of dy you are going to get it as r d theta. So now this is lambda by like y lambda dy. So substituting lambda by m, taking out, you have y r d theta. Now what is like now y? What is like y now? So this is y, is it not? This is what. So what the distance from the x-axis is y, right? So now therefore, if you say that this is making an angle theta, this is at a height of y, then y is equal to r sine theta, is it not? R being the hypotenuse, here r is the hypotenuse, this is the opposite side, so y is equal to r sine theta. So in place of y you will substitute r sine theta. Okay, so now the problem here is, like we are able to now find out what y is and what dy is. We substituted all that and we are here now. Lambda by m into integral y r d theta, or y is r sine theta. So r sine theta into r d theta. Now the point here is about limits. From where to where? See, how is the semicircle behaving? Like starting from here, it is extending like this. It is extending like this. One means the theta is a variable here. Theta is the variable here. Theta is equal to 0. Theta is equal to theta. Theta is equal to 90. Theta is equal to 90 plus. And theta is equal to 180. Is it not? That means theta is a variable between 0 and pi. Between 0 and pi. So that means then only you are going to consider that. Then only total mass is taken into consideration. So therefore now the limits are 0 to pi. So thus we are applying the limits as 0 to pi r sine theta into r d theta, or r square sine theta d theta. So r square here is again common. So lambda by m into r square 0 to pi sine theta d theta. Now what is the integral of sine? It is minus cos, and between the limit 0 to pi, right? So cos pi is minus 1. Right, cos 0 is 1, so minus of minus plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. So you are now here like 2r square lambda by m. But what is m? What is m? From the definition of linear density, m is equal to the total length of the rod, right? So into, that is total length of the rod, in the sense here now the rod is bent into a semicircle, is it not? Semicircle. So what is the length of the semicircle when radius is given? It is pi r, right? So length of the rod which is bent into a semicircle, right, is equal to pi r, right? So therefore here pi r into lambda is the mass. Substituting that you will get 2r by pi. So therefore where is YCM? YCM is at 2r by pi, 2r by pi. So that means it is at a height of 2r by pi. So 2r by pi. Beautiful. So the center of mass of the semicircular ring. So if it is a circular ring, it is exactly at center. If half is removed, right, the remaining half is removed, automatically center of mass is shifting from this place to 2r by pi at a distance of. That means this is also can be said as, suppose if the question is asked half of the ring is cut, that means the center of mass is shifted by 2r by pi. Right, the same concept you can also apply for the complete ring. Like what is the theta? Theta starts from 0 to 2 pi. So therefore cos 0, so whatever you have here, so you will substitute the values and find out that, and that exactly comes at the center of the circle. Clear? So I'll repeat the whole thing once again. So now here it is something like a rod which is bent in the form of a semicircle. Let us consider a small element dm, and let the this arc makes an angle d theta here, so that r d theta is the length of the arc if you take it as dy. So therefore you know a dm is equal to lambda dy, but dy is r d theta. right? So therefore dm is equal to lambda r d theta. So then as you are writing it as lambda r d theta. And when it comes to y, so y here is dependent on theta. Y is dependent on theta because it is not fixed, it is changing with the theta, and that y is sine theta, r sine theta from this right angle triangle. So in place of y you are substituting r sine theta. So r is here is the radius of the semicircular ring, which is a constant. Therefore remove it, like take it out of the integration. Hence you will get lambda r square by m is a constant, and 0 to pi sine theta d theta. Integrating this and substituting the limits, you will be getting finally this value, and m is equal to L lambda, where L being the length of the semicircular ring, which is pi r. So thus we got YCM is equal to 2r by pi. Please make a note of it. Now the next one is of circular disc. Again, if it is uniform mass distribution, this lies exactly at the physical center of the circular disc. Right? Now if it is of semicircular disc, right, so how to understand this? So it is not a rod, it is something like the whole space is occupied with mass. The mass is distributed totally. Mass is distributed totally. So that means here area, so or areal density. So what we are going to consider is areal density, or what we call as a surface density also. Right? Sigma is equal to m by area, or m is equal to sigma into area. Now here in case of this circular semicircular disc, circular disc means pi r square is the area. Semicircle means pi r square by 2. So therefore sigma is equal to m by pi r square by 2. Right? So therefore m is equal to sigma into pi r square by 2. So this is how you can find out m. Right? And finally you can replace in the formula with this one. Like now what is sigma is equal to dm by dA. Right? So because you are taking a small element as usual, as how we have seen in case of a rod and case of a ring, similarly you are taking a small element of dm. Now what is this small element of dm? It is not small length, right? It is something like this whole thing is a small element. Now this whole thing will be another small element. Right? Right, because this is not the one which is limited in a particular length. It is something like it is distributed along the total semicircle. That means you can imagine that whatever the circular ring that you have discussed now, so number of circular rings are put together, combining or touching each other, so that a semicircular disc is formed. So what are you taking here? Semicircular rings, if they are aligned in such a manner, touching each other, like then a semicircular disc is formed. So that means every small element of mass of the circular disc will be a circular ring. That means every small element of a semicircular disc is a semicircular ring. So therefore here now the small element of mass is the semicircular ring. Right? So that is the mass of the semicircular ring, that is dm. Right, now where does this dm lie? This dm lies at 2r by pi, because this is not here. You are not going to take that mass is here, because we already know that for this semicircular ring, the mass lies here. The total mass seems to concentrate at this point, because this is the center of mass of the semicircular ring, right? So therefore this is where the total mass is. So the mass is at a height of 2r by pi. The mass is at a height of 2r by pi. Now when it comes to the location of center of mass of this, exactly, definitely again it lies on the y-axis like this. Of course this is like along the center only, the line which is passing through the center of the semicircular disc. So now we are not bothered about the x coordinate, because we know it already, right? This is at a distance of r from the tangent. If you are going to consider this one as the axis, or if you are going to take this as the origin, so now here there is no x coordinate here because x coordinate is 0, and now we are going to only find out the y coordinate, right? So therefore now how do we do? YCM is equal to integral y dm by capital M as usual. Now what is dm? Dm is sigma dA, right? Dm is equal to sigma dA, where sigma is the areal density or the surface density, right? So that is into area. What is the area bounded by this, right? See, now let us see this one. How to find out the area? Now what is the area of this semicircular ring? Right, if dr is the thickness of the ring, right? So then the length of this ring is pi r, is it not? Pi r is the length of the ring. So length into breadth or the thickness here gives you the area. So therefore dr into pi r is area. So what is the area now? Area here is the small element. This element's area is length into thickness, or rather what do you say is the length into breadth, or the breadth of this is dr, right? So breadth of this is dr. So dr into pi r gives you the area. So in place of dm you are getting sigma dA, and in place of dA you are getting dr into pi r. So sigma dr pi r into y, that is integral, and capital M here is outside the integration, right? So now as we proceed further, right? So now what is y? So is y a constant here? No, for this circular ring this is y. Now if I take another circular ring here, right? So therefore again depending on the radius of that particular circular ring, again y changes. Is it not? And if I take this circular ring, this y also changes. Therefore y is equal to, which is 2r by pi, is of course a variable here. 2r by pi, it is r is a variable here, because what is the complete radius we have taken is capital R. Now for this small ring you have taken it to be smaller. Now this smaller varies from 0 to capital R. This smaller varies from 0 to capital R. So thus your integral limits are from 0 to capital R. So now pi will get cancelled, and like further simplification you will get this to be r cube by 3, right? That is r square dr is r cube by 3 integral value. Now substituting the limits you will get this value. Now replace m with what? Replace m with what? Already we have seen, if capital R is the radius of the given circular disk, then sigma pi r square by 2 is capital M. Now substituting that m here, and then you got the YCM value is equal to 4r by 3 pi. So where does the center of mass lie for semicircular disk? It lies at a height of 4r by 3 pi, right? Somewhere here, right? Somewhere here, which is at 4r by 3 pi. Now for circular ring, you said that it is 2r by pi, and for semicircular ring, it is 2r by pi. Whereas for semicircular disk means number of semicircular rings aligned touching each other will form a semicircular disk, that is 4r by 3 pi. Okay, so please note it down. Let us see applications of these concepts, right? Now find the position of center of mass of the uniform lamina shown in the figure. So now I will do it in through like from basic definition of center of mass, and then from there we will see like how it is going to change, right? The two methods I am going to change show it here. Like one is a direct, you can directly use a kind of formula, like you can substitute even in the other problems, and one we will see like from the basic definition of center of mass. See, you have a circular disk here. If the circular disk is complete, now here is the center of mass, is it not? Complete in the sense, this part is removed now. Right? That means if this part is also included along with this part, then that is a complete disk. Right? Now, if the removed part center of mass lies here, is it not? At A by 2. Right? And now the leftover, the remaining part somewhere here, right? On x-axis only, right? Let me write that as the new center of mass xcm. Right, new center of mass xcm. Now we are not bothered about the y now, because you know that this lies on the line joining these two masses, right? So therefore, now one mass is at xcm, the other is yet, this is minus xcm, because on the negative x-axis, like if you take this to be origin, and this is at a by 2, and then the x coordinate is 0. Right, so now I will write it as my 0 is equal to mxcm, m1 x1. What is my m1 x1? My m1 is m minus m into x1. Right, the other one is mx2. This is a small mass, right, divided by m minus m plus m. That means it is something like you have 0 is equal to m minus m into what is x1. We imagined it to be like the new center of mass. After removing this, where it will be? It would be somewhere here. It is shifted here. Right? That means if we take this one, the removed one, as one object and the leftover as the other object, this is where the leftover center of mass is. That is x1 minus xcm. So minus xcm plus m x2, m a by 2. Right? So this is m a by 2 by capital M, of course. So therefore, on substitution, you will be getting, on simplification, you will get it as m minus m into xcm is equal to ma by 2. Right? So now m minus m. So already we have seen this one, when thickness and density are same, because from the same plate it is removed. Thickness and density obviously are same. When thickness and density are same, you can take it as a minus a. Right? So a minus a prime, if not, into xcm is equal to a prime a by 2. So now what is a? Surface areas, is it not? Right? What is the capital M surface area? What is the area of this one? Pi a square, if a is the radius here. So therefore pi a square minus, when it comes to this, it is a by 2 is the radius of this one. So pi a square by 4 into xcm is equal to pi a square by 4 into a by 2. Right? So now, now simplifying this, xcm is equal to pi a square, common everywhere, you can cancel that one. So 4 minus 1 by 4, like this is 4 minus 1, 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 xcm into 3 by 4, xcm into 3 by 4 is equal to, right? So pi a square by 4 is there. Now it is a by 8. A by 8, because here is 4 and the next to 8. So xcm is equal to 4 2 times. So therefore, now it is a by 6. It is at a by 6. So if you take this as minus xcm, you will get this as xcm is equal to minus a by 6. Right? So hence the magnitude only, if you consider, it is at, on the left hand side at a by 6, it shifts. Clear? This is from the fundamental definition of center of mass. Now directly from this concept, you can say that whatever the center of mass that you have here, no? So that can be written like this. A center of mass is equal to, right, a1 x1 minus a2 x2 divided by a1 minus a2. Divided by a1 minus a2. Like this also you can do that. So let us see whether you will get the same answer or not by substituting in this. Suppose if you are getting the same answer here without any hesitation, you can apply this concept everywhere in the upcoming problems, right? So let us see that now. So what is A1? The major mass, that is of capital M. So therefore pi A square is A. Alright, so pi A square minus pi A square by 4. Right, now x1 here. Right, what is x1 here? Right, which is 0, is it not? Where is this one? This is at 0 for the major mass. Right, pi A square by 4. This is at A by 2. Something is going wrong. Why is it getting zoomed? Right, so now is that clear? Right, so by A1 minus A2. So pi A square minus pi A square by 4. Right, so now this part to 0. So forget about this one. Now here it is pi A cube by 8 divided by like 4 pi A square minus A square. So 3 pi A square by 4. Now 4 2 times pi will get cancelled. So A square. So now it is A by 6. Right. So here it is minus sign. Therefore you will get here as minus. Thus you will get here as minus A by 6. Okay. Right. See, please note it down. So clearly it shows that whenever a part of some uniform lamina is removed, you can just simply substitute in this one the new center of mass to be A1x1 minus A2x2 divided by A1 minus A2. This is much more easy. This is of course conceptual, where you can understand, like means this gives you the exact feel what is happening here, right? And this gives you the shortcut of how to solve the problems very quickly, right? So make a note of this. So now the problem here is a disk of radius r by 2 is cut from left of a disk of radius capital R. So you have a bigger disk here, capital R. From this is removed. And now this is added here. Very good. Now when it is removed, what is the center of mass? The center of mass is at, because this is on the right hand side, right? Right hand side. Now this is of right hand side. What is the mass here? Mass is m minus m, is it not? Mass of the remaining part is m minus m, whose center of mass is yet, like this is on, like from the left hand side it is removed, therefore you got it to be minus, from right hand side it is removed, therefore it is shifted onto the negative x axis. Now here it is cut on the negative axis side, so it is shifted onto the positive x axis side, so that is a by 6. So you have to find out the new center of mass as xcm is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2. Now this disk whichever is cut here is added here. That means where is the center of mass of it? The center of mass of it is a by 2. Right? That is like here r and r by 2 are given. Right? So therefore I'll take it as r. Right? So now this is small m into r by 2 divided by, what is the total mass? M minus m plus m. Right, so that is equal to capital M. So now m minus m into r by 6 plus m r by 2 by capital M. By capital M. Now our job is to find out or substitute m. So what is m? Let me write it here. So what is m is equal to area of cross section, area into thickness of the disk by r square into t into density. This is capital M. What is small m? Pi what is the radius of small m? It is r by 2. This is r by 2. So r by 2 whole square into thickness into rho. So this one now we are going to substitute here. So therefore now 1 is pi r square t rho minus pi r square t rho by 4 into r by 6 plus now pi r square t rho by 4 into r by 2, right, divided by total mass, that is pi capital R square t rho. So now everywhere pi r square t rho is common. Is it not? Pi r square t rho is common. So let's cancel this one from everywhere. So we are left with now pi r square t rho is cancelled, 1 minus 1 by 4 into r by 6 plus pi r square t rho is cancelled. So 1 by 4 into r by 2, that is r by 8. So this is already 1. So therefore xcm is equal to, this is how you are getting. So on simplification you will get it is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 into r. So that is 3r by 4 6 are 24 plus r by 8. So this is the thing like, now what is this? 3 times r plus 3 times r is 6r divided by 24, right? So 6 4s are r by 4. So where is the new center of mass? It is like on this side at r by 4. It is at r by 4. This is at r by 2, means this is at r by 4. Beautiful problem, right? So what did we use here? So we directly used center of mass concept, taking the mass which is already, that means the previous concept we are using it directly, right? So m minus m into r by 6. Right. Please note it down. And this is the last problem what we are going to see here now. Center of mass of uniform plate having semicircular inner and outer boundaries of radii r1 and r2. Right? So now it is something like, this is the whole thing. From whole plate something is removed. Right? So what is that? We have the concept like a1 x1 minus a2 x2 divided by a1 minus a2. Right? So now here a1 x1 means the complete one. Right? The bigger plate, and from that plate this is removed. This is removed. Thus only you'll get a plate like this boundaries, right? So therefore a1 means pi r2 square x1. What is x1? Right? What is x1? x1 is the center of mass of this whole plate, complete semicircular plate, the center of mass of semicircular plate. So where is that located? Just now we have seen that, right? Right. So what is a semicircular plate? Center of mass, it is 4r by 3 pi. Right. So at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. So therefore we will write it as 4r2 by 3 pi. Okay. Right. Now minus a2. What is a2? Yes, it is semicircle. So by 2 is important. Pi r1 square by 2 into, like, where is the center of mass of this slice? So 4r1 by 3 pi. It is 4r1 by 3 pi divided by, now a1 minus a2. So pi by 2, let me take common because it is r2 square minus r1 square. Okay, so now I am leaving this here so that you can solve it by yourself. Like taking this one here, you will be getting r2 cube minus r1 cube divided by r2 square minus r1 square after removing some common and all that. So therefore a cube minus b cube by a square minus b square. So that can be like a cube minus b cube can be written as a minus b whole cube minus so and so divided by a square minus b square, and then taking common, finally you will get the answer, right? So you can solve it by yourself, I suppose, right? Try to do it by yourself, right? So the hint what I'm going to give you is, like, hint is a cube minus b cube, right? This can be like drawn from a minus b whole cube formula, right? So that is a cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So from here find out a cube minus b cube and then substitute and then take out a minus b common from all that, and then here a plus b into a minus b, a minus b, a minus b will get cancelled. You are left with a plus b in the denominator, and in the numerator so you will be left with a square plus b square, right? So therefore a square plus b square means r2 square plus r1 square plus r1 r2 divided by, here you will be left with r2 plus r1. So this is how you will be getting the r2 cube minus r1 cube by r2 minus r2 square minus r1 square, and the remaining things here 2 is common, cancelled, pi is common, so that can also be cancelled. So what you are left is 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi, right? So this is the final answer. Yes, please copy it down, right? And please subscribe, and we shall continue in the next video.